There's really no decisive, ideal approach for structuring and aligning a design team within a greater organization, because the variance in company culture, size, skills, and amount of UX work needed influence what works best. It can be helpful, however, to understand the landscape of typical models when deciding what will work best for your team. With that in mind, I surveyed over 550 UX and design professionals to answer the question, what does today's typical design team look like? I'm going to share what I learned when it comes to structure, alignment, and reporting. Now, when it comes to team structure, there's a fairly even distribution across 3 common design team models. In our survey, 29% of respondents worked within a centralized model, where designers are part of the same core team and report to the same core manager. 32% worked within a decentralized model, where designers are embedded on different cross-functional teams throughout the organization and aligned to specific products or lines of business. And 31% worked within a matrix model. That's a hybrid of those first 2 structures, where designers have oversight from both a core team manager and a manager from a specific product or line of business. This fairly even distribution makes sense. Each structure has its own benefits and drawbacks, and teams are often in constant transition as a company's size or even business model shifts. Now, as for those designers working within a decentralized model, most were aligned to either a product or to an internal department or line of business. Alignment to things like user types or phases of the customer journey were far less common, probably because most design teams simply mirror the existing structure of the rest of the organization, which of course could be limiting. And finally, when it comes to reporting, the majority of respondents said their design teams reported to either product management or directly to C-suite. It was far less common for designers to report to IT, marketing, engineering, or operations. This makes sense, as many UX teams were initially created to support software products. And the fact that a significant portion of people reported directly to C-suite is perhaps an encouraging indication of design's increasing influence and acceptance. All that aside, and this is the takeaway, when we asked people to identify business metrics that their team had been able to impact, things like usability, customer satisfaction, or revenue, for example, neither team structure nor where a team reported was greatly connected to the team's likelihood of impacting those metrics. What does this mean? Well, it means there's no best in class here. Don't carve your team structure in stone or blindly follow what works well for another organization. Be mindful of which approach supports your team now in delivering its full potential and open to evolving that approach over time.